Okay. Uh, so I'm ready now. Sorry. Uh, I have to share my screen, entire screen share. Okay. Now, uh, so I will try to. So I'm from Bandung right now. Not from my home in Jakarta. I'm on Bandung remotely, and then the internet is not very good uh, because it's indoor, so it's a bit difficult. Seems to be very slow. Okay. Uh, okay. Wow. 225 minus 1. Uh, I will show some vulnerability analysis. How can we do some vulnerability analysis? So this is part of the this one. Let me. So today I will focus on vulnerability analysis. How can we evaluate the vulnerability of a server? Okay. The problem is I have time only maximum at 8 o'clock because I have to run to catch the train to Jakarta. So 8 o'clock we will finish. So today we will cover the vulnerability analysis, and maybe I will try to cover the little bit overview on the cybersecurity. Okay. In vulnerability analysis, we can do several things here. One of the important things is if we want to do it online, we can use Helium .sh. This is online application to evaluate the vulnerability analysis of a server. Okay, you can create an account. I think we can get started for free. I I think I can put my email here. You can put your email here. Validate. Then it will send you the email. Let me see if I can receive the email. I have about 1 minute to check my email. Let me see if I can get the validation code. Let me see. So this one, this is the validation code. So you can get it for free. Okay. Then you can verification code here, and then you can select your country, Indonesia, and then you can sign up. Oh, we have to do this thing. Okay. Okay. I don't have any password. Uh, okay. Gmail.com. Okay. I have to stop sharing because I will. Uh, okay. Gmail.com. What is my password? Okay, stop sharing first. Sorry. Let me see if I can get the Gmail link activation. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Oh man, this is tough. Let me share the screen again. This is crazy. So they are adding difficulty how to create an account. Let me see. Okay, this is a problem. Let me see if I can. Oh, I think I'm in trouble. Okay, okay. Your key 5 to RL 2GAX4 5C Z. Okay, 253 425. Okay. Oh man. I'm not supposed to show you this. So, uh, okay, close, close, close. Okay, so finally I made it. So basically, this is Helium. Helium is a tool that it's an online tool, so we don't have to install anything. We can use our browser. Using Helium, we can do vulnerability analysis of our websites. Okay, and then we can what's that? We can evaluate the vulnerability of these particular websites. Okay, for example, this show you how to do these things. It has several tools here. For example, it can scan websites, network, API, mobile apps. So it can scan these for platform, website, network, API, mobile apps. It has also many pen test tools, attack surface monitoring, brute force, CMS scanner, finding DNS, Git exposure, open port, service, security header, subdomain, website directory, and many things here. For example, this is for the easiest one. We want to scan a website, so we can click this one, scan websites. All we have to do just type in your, we can type your task name. For example, the task name is scan ITTS website. The target name is the open course itts.ac.id. Path is optional if you want. We need to upgrade for full scan. This is the basic scan, and we need to type this one. Okay. I am authorized to scan this target, and I agree to the term of reference. Why we need to click this one? Because if we do scan something that we are not authorized, Helium will not responsible for this basically an attack to a server. Okay. Now by typing this and apply, Helium will scan your website. That's it. This is in queue, and it will show how many vulnerabilities in the website and so on. So it's very simple. We can do multiple scan, multiple websites. We can do exploit scan. We can exploit a website. That means we can exploit a website, so we can enter the websites and analysis how we can enter this particular website. Okay, so this is done very automatically. We can also scan mobile apps if you like, but we need enterprise license for these things. Okay. If we want to do some surface scan, we can monitor this thing as well. Okay. So this is an example of vulnerability analysis. Of course, we can do vulnerability analysis using our own tools. This is if we use this Helium if we don't want to, what's that? We don't want to do hard work. So we let the Helium do our work basically. Okay. So we can let Helium do our work, and we can let Helium do the work, but to do it more properly, we need to upgrade our license to the commercial license. Then we can do a lot of things with these things. Okay, so we can do something like that. Now. This is the example of the application. This is web-based, so we don't have to install anything. All we need is our browser, and we can scan our target. Okay. Now, based on this, so this is important because we need to know the problem in our system. Okay. So having this kind of tools, then it's easy for us to identify any problem in our system, and then we can take action based on the findings. Okay, so that's Helium. This is the example. This is I want to show you the example because it's very easy to use. Let me see. Okay, it's finished basically. There is one medium, no high vulnerabilities, but I have one in OpenCourse itts.ac.id. AC.id. We have one medium vulnerabilities, and we have two low vulnerabilities, one informational. Basically, I have four. Okay, most of them are low. There is no high. Okay. Total for vulnerabilities, one target, and then we can, that's it. Okay. See this. Let me see if there is any more information on this one. We can create report based on this one. Okay. Okay. Can I download the report? No. This report list will be this will you export report to web scanner. I have to, because the report is the important one. How can I upload to the web scanner? Status completed, see all scan. Here, export. Nope. Nope. I cannot export the report. Okay. Nope. Okay, I'm stopped here. So finished, but basically it finds something in my websites. Okay, now if you want to scan more, if you don't want to rely on Helium, we can use. I hope I can use this one. Uh, where is the Kali Linux? Okay, this one. I hope this one works. Okay. We have several tools in Kali Linux that we can use to evaluate the websites. Okay. Now I'm running my Kali Linux, and then I can try to test a website or something here. Okay. Okay. So most of the tool here mentioned here is actually in Kali Linux. Nikto, Grabber, W3AF, OpenVAS, Legion are all in Kali Linux. So we can use this one on Kali Linux. So before we do the vulnerability analysis, normally we have to plan how to do the penetration test to the target. So we can read this one first. How to plan the penetration test. Sorry, this is in Indonesians. Okay. First, of course, we need to write an introduction on the penetration test. This is especially needed for our client. Why the penetration test is needed? Okay, this is one. And then we need to describe how to evaluate the vulnerability basically. Okay, where is the vulnerability in the what kind of tool we will use, and then this can be replaced by Helium if the server is online. Okay, and then we need to mention also the coverage. This is important, especially to make sure that we will not attack the neighboring server. So we have to make sure where is the area that we will evaluate. Okay. Uh, we have black uh, black hat, white hat penetration test. So there is a black, white, and gray coverage. For example, if it is blind or black, we actually do the test blindly. We attack anything. That's the blind penetration test. If it is white, the client normally tell us where we need to attack. So we need to make sure that when we attack, uh, we mention, we can ask the client whether it is specified or unspecified the area that we will test. Okay, so that's the coverage, and then when we the penetration test itself, okay, we can evaluate the uh, during the penetration test we can evaluate the how they manage the patch, how to test the configuration of the system, if they have multi-layer demilitarized zone, DMZ, we can evaluate this too, and there are many things. Okay, We can detect the intrusion detection system in the network, in the server, intrusion detection system in wireless. We can detect intrusion detection system in the web and so on, as well as the security of the end user. Okay, so we can do this thing using our tools basically. Okay, before we do the test, we need to ask for permission. When we ask the permission, we need to mention the objective of the test, how long, okay, the test, when it will be completed, and we need to make sure that our client understand the difference between vulnerability analysis and penetration test. Okay. Basically, penetration test, we penetrate the system. Vulnerability analysis is basically we only evaluate if there is any vulnerable in the system, but we are not penetrating the system. So that's the main difference between vulnerability analysis and penetration test. Okay. And then we can mention to the client how we do the test, whether we are doing it as a team or alone, and how effective is our test. If we want to do some social engineering, we need to ask for permission as well to do social engineering. Sometimes when we do vulnerability analysis, we need to do social engineering. For example, we want to evaluate the security of a bank. Sometimes we have to do some social engineering to the security person, the satpam of the bank. So we can do that kind of thing. Some of my friends actually do the social engineering to the security guys. Okay, make sure they understand that they cannot be fooled by us. Okay. The other thing, sometimes we do denial of service attack. If we do denial of service attack, the server can be down. There is no service on the server, and that creating a problem. So we need to ask a lot of questions. We need to mention this to the owner, to the client, make sure that it's allowed. If it's not allowed, so we have to discuss things before we do the vulnerability analysis. We need to discuss many things to the client. This is another example. This is physical security. If we want to make sure the physical security is okay, we need to make sure we need to ask the client whether we can test how we access the door. Can we can we pretend to be the what's that? Not the crew. Pretend to be the karyawan. What is karyawan? The employee, and enter the building. Or can we attack by from the public area? So we need to ask all of these questions before we do the actual vulnerability analysis to the system. So there's a lot of questions here. Okay, so we need to ask a lot of questions like this before we do the actual vulnerability analysis test. Okay, if it is done, then we can let me see if my site running. Okay, so this is Kali Linux. We can do the actual vulnerability analysis from Kali Linux. Let me see. For example, the problem is I don't have any web server yet. See, there is no web server here. Oh, there is one. Okay, I have web server running here, so I can run this one. Otherwise, I have to do the actual attack to. There is a little bit of problem here because my memory is limited. I hope it's okay. Let me see if I can do these things. Let me see. So I'm running my server to be attacked. So I will attack from Kali Linux here. Let me see if I can make it bigger. This one. Okay, I hope this one much better. Can I make it a little bit bigger? Let me see. Okay, a little bit bigger again. I think, oops, yes, we have a problem here. I have to be smaller. Yes. Yeah. Oke. Apa?
Di kanan?
No, no, no. Enggak pakai itu.
Oh, tadi kata Pak Anton minta ini, Pak.
Enggak.
Oh, enggak. Boleh, Pak.
Terima kasih.
Baik,
Udah
Pak.
taruh di mana aja deh.
Oh, di sini aja, Pak.
Terserah dah, pokoknya udah diangkat-angkat.
Di sini aja, Pak, ya.
Ya udah. Enggak. Okay. Now I am in Kali Linux. Let me see if I can do the actual attack here. I have to check the IP address first. Config. So my oops. Okay. I have little bit problem here. Let me see. Oops. I think I have a problem. Let me see if it's okay. So I have 3 computers running right now in one computer. If config, oops, no IP address. Now I'm in big trouble now. Okay, I make mistakes. I think I have to set the network. Okay, that's the problem. I set the network of VirtualBox to Wi-Fi, so I change into LAN. Okay, so it's LAN now. I have to rerun this one. Okay, now let me see if I can ping. Okay, so 192.168.81 is my modem. This is an Orbit modem, so seems to be okay. So Kali Linux can ping to my modem. Let me see if the server is okay now. Okay, what is the IP address? 8123. Let me see if I can ping this one. 123. Okay, so I can ping the server 192.168.8.123. It's okay. Okay, now I will do some demonstration of this one. Okay, we can check for directory traversal. Okay, basically, in traversal we can check something like this. Okay, this is not very nice. For example, this one, it means it can get the password file using only this kind of thing. Okay, so that's very dangerous. Okay, now I have to do it more automatically. This one is so it's impossible right now using the let me see if I can do it from here. Directory traversal. So it will traverse to the directory. Oops, same thing. Let me see if I can. Okay, so we can use this kind of tools. .pwn. Okay, we can use this kind of thing. .pwn, and then we need to set the host and option here. Okay, let me see if I have .pwn here. Oops, sorry. Dot. Nope. It's not available. This particular tool is not available. Oh. Yes. Password. So I need to, okay, yes. So I need to install the tool first. So that's how we learn how to do these things. So first we need to check on websites or in Google how can we do these things. There are tools. People has built some tools, so we can do something like this. pwn-h, so we can see how can we use these tools. Basically, we can specify the modules, either HTTP, the host, and option. Okay. Now, let me see if I can do module HTTP minus host 123 8123. Okay. Then it will evaluate. So it will start traversaling your website, and then it will takes, or it will already create, and then it's launch the attack here. Okay. After it finish, it will give you the report. So it's very automatic using this one. Okay, that's one. It's still running. Let me open another tools. Oops, sorry. Okay. So that's running. We keep it running for a while. Okay. So we have another console here. So it's this one is still running. We have number 2 ready. Now, the other one is we want to test using Nikto, for example. Nikto is tool for vulnerability analysis, basically very similar with dot. All we need to do just Nikto and the IP address of the server. Okay. Now, let me see if Nikto is available. Okay. Nikto. Okay, it's available. Okay, so all we need to do is just type clear Nikto minus H, the IP address of the server, 8.123. Okay, so it will attack directly to the server. The good thing about Nikto, it will show you directly the problem of our server. This is actually the report. Okay, so we have problem with anti-click jacking. X-frame option header is not present. Okay, we can read more about this one in these websites. And then another one is X content. Oops, okay. As content type option is not present. It's not set. We need to set this one. So that's the problem. So this is actually the actual report that we will submit to the client. So this is the report to the client. But in reality, we cannot give this directly to the client. So we have to write it in human, because normally client is not a hacker. So our client is not hacker. So we need to rewrite this into more human basically, more text readable for normal human, because this is not for normal human. So normally what I do, I will, let me see if I can do something like this. Yeah. Oops. Let me see if I can do something like this. Okay. So using this kind of command, we can store the output of Nikto to file. Maybe I will rename to Nikto output. Okay. So I will save the output to file called Nikto output. Let me see if this one is still running. It takes long time. Okay. So this one is much better. Okay. Okay. What I'm planning is, by having the file, the output file, then we can ask ChatGPT. Okay, that's the output. Nikto output. So this is the output. We can save this output and we can use it for ChatGPT. Let me see what's the IP address of this machine. 8240. This is the IP address. So I will transfer the file from here. This is how to copy a file from one machine to another. I use secure copy, Nikto output, and I will send it to 8. What's the IP address again? 240. 240. So that's how to send a file from one computer to another one. This one I use secure copy, file name, destination. Source, file name, and destination. The destination is machine, username, at IP address with this one, and then it will store in the home directory. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will save in the home directory. Let me see if I have it in home directory. Clear. Nikto. So this is the output. Now, having the output, Nikto. So this is the output of our test. If we want to retype this for human to be able to read, then we can paste this to ChatGPT, basically. So we can go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Login. We can use this one. Wow. Okay. I born during the Indonesian. Okay. We can ask something like that. Oops. Please rewrite in a more human readable text. Okay. So I can paste this one. That's the the purpose of ChatGPT. So we can type something like this. Oh, let me see. Human. Oh, I have to type it here. Read. Okay. So we can do something like this in ChatGPT, so we can have the more readable results. Okay. So that's, and then we can save both the machine results and human readable results in the actual report. Okay, the actual report for the vulnerability analysis. Okay, so that's one example. Let me see again. So there are several other example here. Let me see, but I have to install many things. Oops. Oh, takes some time, to make it human readable results. So this is not human. Okay. So we have see this, but this one is no results yet. We have this one. This is the same thing using Nikto, but we attack the DVWA. We can also use Grabber, but I think I have to install Grabber in Kali Linux. But basically, the command is very similar. Just Grabber is Python. We can use something like this. Okay, and then it will start scanning, and we get many things here. Okay, that's using Grabber. Okay, the other one is we can use, whoops. We can use, that's Grabber. This is WAF is for prediction. We need to install in Kali Linux first. So this is, we need to install. After we install, we can use the console, and then we need to add plugin. Then this is more complex. And then we can, after we install the plugin, and then we can start, and then it will, so basically we add all the plugin we need to audit HT access, OS commanding, and so on, and SQL injection, cross-site scripting. Okay, we want to edit this one, and then we have to specify the target. Target is this website. We need to replace the URL using our website, and then start. Then we can get a lot of things here. The same thing, the result, we can put it in the ChatGPT to make it more human readable. Okay. And then the other one is OpenFast. This one is not command line, I think. This one is GUI, basically. we need to install OpenVAS in Kali Linux, and we can do these things as well. We can run and set. It's web-based. Okay. Now, if we want to use the Kali Linux to do these things is getting more complicated. So my suggestion is we can use this one, the Helium, to do these things. Okay. Now, if what time is it? This is there any questions so far? Let me see if there is any questions. No questions. Let me see if there is any questions. Okay, no questions. Now, if we okay, so basically all of these things that we do manually in Kali Linux, many of these things can be done by Helium. Who make Helium? It's actually Indonesians. That's why I trying to promote. It's cyberarmy.id. This is the guy who make Helium. This is their location is in Bandung actually, and they actually make a lot of things here. Okay, so this is the guy. They are from Bandung, and they make a lot of application, especially for cybersecurity. Okay, you can contact this guy. You can type your name and so on, and then you can contact them through the web. Okay. Now, the other one that will be very interesting for us. So this is how we can evaluate the vulnerability of our server. But this takes a lot of time, very time consuming. Okay. Now, there are many applications that we can get the summary more instant, but we have to pay. So Helium, we have to pay. Of course, they give the like free trial, but the information is very limited. Okay, but we can get something. We don't have to install anything in Kali Linux, but we can get something from the application. The other one that is very interesting is this one, Dark Radar. Okay, it's more brutal than Helium and so on. So we can evaluate the our system, whether our system is leak into dark web. Okay, let me show you what the difference between. Okay, well, no results here. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can ask anything. So it's having difficulty to do these things. Okay, well, okay. Let me see if I can. Okay, what is the difference between web, deep web, and versus dark web? So there is web, there is deep web, there is dark web. Okay, what the difference between these three? Okay, web, deep web, and dark web. There is a surface web, okay, deep web, and dark web. Surface web is the web that visible web that we can access over the internet. Okay, and also the web can be indexed by search engine like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and so on. Is there Yahoo still exists? Deep web is so surface web is the front end, the web that we access. The back end, sometimes they are web inside a company. Sometimes they are web inside the intranet of the corporate. That's called deep web. So nothing wrong with deep web. Deep web basically web, but internally of the company. So that's deep web. Okay, if a hacker can access deep web, that's becoming a problem because within the deep web normally we have company documents, secret company document, highly classified document of the company in a deep web. Okay, so deep web is inside the company. Okay, deep web estimated 400 to 500 times larger than surface web. So this is deep web is within the company, within the corporate. Okay, only can be accessed only by the employee of the corporate. So this is its primary use is for legitimate purposes, offering privacy and security for sensitive information. So basically for the internal company. There is another one that is dark web. Dark web is more brutal. Dark web is not surface web. It's a web on the internet, but intentionally hidden and designed to provide anonymity to its user. It requires special tool to access deep web. The problem is, in deep web, we can see whether our information is leaked, is our password is leaked, if there is any problem with our website, and so on. Okay, that's deep web. Now, to access deep web, we need a tool something like Tor, like this, and then we can install Tor in this one. Oops. Okay. Okay. Still not finished. I cancel. Let me see if I have Tor. Tor. Oops. Okay. I have not installed Tor browser. Let me see if I can install Tor browser here. Tor browser. Okay. Kali Linux. This one. Okay. We can install using this kind of Tor. So I have to install this one first. Tor. Oops. Tor. So it's installed. Oops. Ups. Wrong command line, so I shut down the Kali Linux. Anyway, okay. I don't want to restart the machine, but basically we need to install Tor, restart the Tor system. Tor basically multi-layer proxy. Okay, a lot of layer. Sometimes we call it onion because it's a lot of layer. It's like onion network or something like that. So we call it onion because a lot of layer. And then we have to start the Tor and we can check the status. To browse the Tor, we need to install Tor browser launcher, this. And then we can launch the browser and we can access the Tor. Okay. Using this kind of thing, then we can access the stolen information. Sometimes we can buy narcotics. we can buy many bad things using Tor. Okay. Now, we are as a corporate, as a company, we are more interested whether our information is leaked to the internet, to the dark web. Okay, that's why we use Tor browser. So we want to check whether our information is leaked. If we are in a bank, we can check. We can make sure whether our bank is still okay. There is no nothing. Okay. Now, to be honest, if we use Tor browser, it's very difficult to find the information because it's like internet. Information is everywhere, and it's difficult for us to find the information. Of course, there are like hidden wiki. There are things like Google, but it's not Google. Search engine within the deep web, then that can be used, but not as good as Google, of course. Okay. Now, to solve this kind of problem, again, Cyber Army create these tools. This is darkweb.io. So we can we this is commercial, but I get free access for example only, to give some example. So this is not a complete, not full-fledged application, only like minor, but still good enough. We can see the most active malware on the internet. We can see something like this, and we can see any breach of our email and so on. Okay. Now, I want to give you some idea of the dark web here. Okay, we can check ransomware activities, for example. We can check, for example, ransomware in global breach. Ransomware. Ransomware is very dangerous because if a server is attacked by ransomware, ransomware will upload all the data of the server, and all the file in the server will be encrypted. That means the user, the administrator, the admin will not be able to access the file anymore because the file will be encrypted. So let me see the global breach. Okay, today, this is 15th of April. This time is the ransomware is run by ransomware gang called Akira. I don't know where it is, in Dr. Inch. This is Trosier. It's also today. Let me see if there is a donation. New Hotel Cloud Company. I don't know where it is. Newhotel.com in Portugal. Oh, this is in US, Portugal, Germany. This is Oklahoma, also US, Sweden, US is in trouble. Lot of problem in the US, Canada, USA, Saudi Arabia, US, Canada, US, Indonesia. Refindo, PT, PUPK is just hit by ransomware. This is chemical producer only yesterday. Okay. Chile, Argentina, US, Spain, US, unknown. Okay. So we can check who's get attacked by ransomware. Okay. We can do this thing in using Tor browser, but this is much easier using dark web, dark radar. Okay, if you want me to use certain keyword, but just put it in the chat box so I can search for your keywords. Let me see. Hidden wiki. Okay, so Pak Putri is correct. Tor will not protect the privacy. To make sure you are okay, you need to run VPN on top of the Tor browser. Trust me, dark web is pretty dangerous. Yes, right. Very, very dangerous. Okay. So this is basically for to check our condition, whether our system is in trouble or not. Okay, let me see if any password from my campus is leaked. We can check using Stealer logs. Stealer is basically what's that? Stealer is Trojan or virus that steal password. Okay, so let use the domain itts.ac.id. My campus is itts. Search. I'm authorized. Yes. We can use President University if you like. But it's becoming not nice. But well, this is okay. You will see a lot of my student, their password is stolen. Okay, so this is, see this? All of them are in opencourse.itts.ac.id, open course. They get the username and password. So Stealer get the username and password of this user. All open course. Now, mind you, the open course is open for everybody to join. It's not limited to ITTS student only. This is everybody. Now we want to check whether these are actually from ITTS internally. We can we can view details here. Then I authorize, yes. When we see the details, check the victim computer machine name. Win P28KH. This is window. The stealer name is Luma C2. Okay.
Wow,
So,
that's creepy. Luma Stealer.
so this window is leaking. Okay. Let me see the other one. What kind of computer is this? Again, all of them are Windows. Okay. Oh, this is the same thing. Let me see this one, for example. Okay. This one, NZXT, this must be a window machine. And then this is the same stealer. See? That's how people steal. This is desktop. This must be window. This is the same stealer. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So all are Windows. See? Laptop, stealer, C2. So the message here is, if you use Windows, be careful, because your password is much easier to be stolen by this virus. Okay. If you want to check more thoroughly, you can use this one, employee data breach. You can check your employee here as well. This is ITTS. Okay. We don't have any data actually. There is one. Tunas. Okay. This is, I think, old lecturer. He's no longer at ITTS. So the password, I think we already disabled this guy. So only one. But this one is more brutal. So you can check if you want anyone wants to be checked. Let me see. Nope. Okay. Let me do more scary things. Okay. So in ransomware, we can also use Indonesia in ransomware. This is more brutal. We can check who's in Indonesia. So this is Indonesia, all Indonesian. So this one is the last one, 14 April. This one is legal service. This one, miscellaneous service, wholesale trade goods. This one is more brutal, tni.mil.id. It's the Indonesian Armed Forces. Okay, a lot of things here. So, of course, this one is not in the news, but actually the Indonesians is not that safe. So we need to make sure that our system is okay. No single ransomware can enter our system. Can we check the government, the company breach? We can check also global company if you like. We can check also the Indonesian company, but most of them are USA, Good Shopping League. Most of them are US. Is there an Indonesian? Of course. Let me see if there is Indonesian, but not as huge as US. US is more brutal because a lot of, see this? We have also Indonesian, PLN, BPJS, Tempo, Kupang, okay, Dukcapil, Kemendagri, okay, Bejorka, a lot of things here. It's not in the news. It's not in the news, but it's there. Okay, I cannot click the source of URL because I have to pay. And so this one is the free version. The more brutal thing is the government. Let's see the global government first. Okay. So this is the bad actor. This is Venezuela. This is US, Oregon, New York. Wow. Military fitness record breach. Okay. Mil.bo. Where is BO? I don't know. FR is French. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is our big trouble here. Okay. This is when? 14th of April. That's yesterday. So, Indonesia, full citizen, Dukcapil, Kemendagri.go, 337.2 million ID leak yesterday. Okay, database. So, the database of the Indonesian citizen leaked to the internet. Only yesterday is not in the news. Okay. So, yeah, this one is Magelang Kota. Okay, this is US. Of course, we can always use Indonesia as our keyword, and we can see a lot of things here. So this is government. This is scary. I just know today. This is only yesterday. Where is it? This one. Can I make it bigger? Okay. See this? This is only yesterday. Okay. Oof. Okay. This is scary. This one is not very scary, but this one is scary because this is all our citizenship, the IKTP and so on is there. So we are in big trouble actually. I only know. This is only yesterday. Wow. Okay. What else? If you want to make more detail, you can use Indonesia and search here, and you can see a lot of things. This is all Indonesians. Okay, we can see the bad actor as well. Clarks. This is all Indonesia. This is all Indonesian. Wow. ASDM. Magelang, Depok. This is Polri, Jawa Tengah, Indonesia Police Member Database, Sukabumi, Depdagri, buset. This is a lot, man. Damkar, wah, Damkar, yeah, but not that critical. Ministry of Agriculture, this is employee. There is no foreign affair, so you are okay. TVRI, Mojokerto, okay, so that's the Bandung, BNN, Narkotika Nasional. Wow, this is dangerous. This is on February, though, so for a couple of months ago. The recent one is only what? This one in April. Okay. This one is April. Kemendak, Magelang, Army, Police, but this is Indonesians. So the bad actor is actually Indonesians. Banyuwangi exploit, this must be Indonesians. This is not from foreign entities. This is Indonesian. They attack our own government. Very cool, eh? So, okay. 100% coverage. Wow. They done it several times. Okay, this one is placenta. This is in March. Okay, how about this one? This one, the bad actor name different. Database. This is yesterday, and this is 1 month ago. The size is 337.2. How about this one? Same size. Okay. But when I talked to the guy at Ministry of Information, this not necessarily true. Okay. Sometimes, so this is like the information leak in dark web. But sometimes they actually made up the information sometimes. Okay. So be careful with this kind of information, because not necessarily true, because they are bad guys. Bad guys sometimes pretend that they actually get the data, but we still have to be careful, because the data may leak, but not 100%, but they pretend that they may get the 100% of the data. Wow. 2.5 million records from Yogyakarta official office. Wow, okay. Wow, that's scary. BKN, vaksin database. Wow, okay. Now, we can also monitoring the hacker discussion in Telegram. Okay. We can check, for example, what? You have any suggestion for keyword? Okay, let me see. Ecuadorian government. Okay. Let me see. Ecuadorian. Let me see if I can check. Oops, where is it? Oops, sorry. This one? Okay. Let me see if any Ecuadorian government. Where is government? Ecuadorian. Search. I'm authorized. I'm not authorized actually to. Anyway, I pretend to be authorized to check for Ecuadorian government. Okay, Ecuadorian, you are fine. Indonesian, you are not fine. Okay, Ecuadorian is okay. So far, nothing detected in dark web on Ecuador, so you are okay. Okay, let me see if there is anything. Crypto 25 payment share. Okay. I use this one, Crypto 25. Would you like to put it in where? In this one, or data breach? Employee data breach, government, or company breach? I put company breach here. Crypto 24. I don't know where. Oh, maybe Crypto 24 in. Oh, there are a lot of Crypto 24 in Telegram message. Oh, oh, okay. Let me see. So Crypto 24 is a ransomware group called Crypto 24. Whether we can see the ransomware. Ransomware.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Crypto 24. Search. Wow. Okay, they attack Canada. Indonesia. Mohtar Karuwin Komar. Indonesia. India. Egypt. Colombia. And all in April 9. 9. So they managed to attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In April 9. Okay. We can also check the hacker discussion. We can track the hacker discussion, especially Telegram. We can do something nasty. For example, we can check Ridwan Kamil. This is not nice. Okay. So see what happened in Ridwan Kamil. Okay. Reply to this one. See this video. This one. So this is about Ridwan Kamil. Of course, we can check many things. What's the keyword for narcotics? I don't know. I'm not underground guy, so we can use maybe narcotics, but this is like
Narco, sir.
narco.
Maybe,
Okay, narco.
yeah, maybe.
Let me see narco. If we can see something, this is not nice, but well, we are still learning, right? Whether we can. What is this? Wow. What language is this? Spanish, eh? Espanol
Spanish, sir.
pas. This is Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
And I don't
It's
understand
common.
Spanish.
It's common, but
Oh, Ecuador.
yes,
Wow.
it is common terminology used by
Spanish.
Latin American.
Oh,
Yes, Latin
okay.
American, and they talking about narcotics gang.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I don't understand what. We need to use Google Translate to understand these things. Interesting. Wow, this is Indonesian. So we can monitor what they are talking basically. This is in Telegram, so we can check what they are talking. If we want to look something, for example, arm, whatever, and then we can put. But we need to have the exact keywords. Then we can get this thing. So this is how we actually tracking things in deep web. Okay. Let me see the threat hunter. Threat hunting is basically, let me see if I have, there is, oh, I already, so if I already put some keyword, it will store the keyword here. This one is about the Indonesian Armed Forces. For example, I want to use TNI as the keyword search. See if there is nothing. Leak email file. each time you click, it's under the one request will be the are you want to, no, I will run out of quota. But basically, you can do something like that. Okay. In cyber patrol, this is very important for the company because in cyber patrol we can basically create what's that alert what's that? It's not firewall. We can create not option. We can create a condition. Okay, we can say we can set the name and then we can set the target. Okay, for example, the target is Twitter, Google, on particular brand and so on, and then we can select the detection of the patrol whether the keyword is hacked by log, PDF, and so on. Right now, we actually very concerned about online gambling. So the Indonesian keyword for online gambling is slot or gacor. So we use this as our keyword, and if we create the cyber patrol, then we can see if there is any website or any discussion containing that particular keyword, this will alert our account in Dark Radar. So that's the cyber, yeah. Yeah.
Nanti saya yang antar ke stasiun.
Oh, siap.
Jam berapa, Pak?
10 menit lagi deh.
Siap.
10 menit, 15 menit lagi.
Siap. Saya standby di basement, Pak.
Basement? Oh, oke. Siap. Bentar lihat mukanya dulu, saya nggak pakai kacamata nih. Oh, siap.
Siap.
Oke.
Oke.
So, if there is we can create, so the cyber patrols is very important, especially if we want to monitor anything on our company. If there is anything, we can set email breach alert. So it will notify if there is anything detected in dark web about our corporate. It will send email notification. Okay. We can also check the attack surface monitoring of our company. Okay. What company is? Okay. So on this one, I set the company name is scanmeandmap.com, .org, okay, which is in the US, of course. We can add URL, for example, our own company or government institution that we want to monitor. We can set the time when it will monitor, and then see this. It will show us the port open of this particular websites, and then it will show us the location of our website, so we can see the surface of our presence on the internet and how the condition of our host on the internet. So using this kind of tools, it's very easy to see the condition of our system. Okay, so this is basically a dashboard that we can monitor anything. Now, of course, we have to pay for this one to get their service. It's not very big, a lot of money for these things. So they are not making a lot of money, but they need to operate the system to monitor all of these things. And this is very easy. For vulnerability analysis, basically we need to use Helium, okay? But for data leak in dark web, we need to use this where is it? Dark Radar, okay? Those two is very useful to help monitoring our system. Now, the other one that we need to be very careful is the ransomware. sometimes we need to make sure that all employee in the company is aware about ransomware. One of the approach is we create our own ransomware and distribute the ransomware to the employee. To do this thing, we can use this one, ransomware simulator. Ran simulator is basically ransomware simulator. This is not free. We can request for demonstration. We can, the same thing, ransomware. So I'm like the sales marketing for the cyber army. It's actually not, because I'm just friend of these guys. If you like to have a demonstration and so on, they sometimes give it for free, for demonstration only. But to get the surface, we have to pay, but not that. It's not billion rupiah, 100,000 rupiah or something like that. So it's not a lot of money, but that makes their life easier. Okay, so we can use this RAN simulator. In this website, we can create a ransomware, and we can distribute the ransomware in the employee. If one of the employee install the ransomware, it will not destroy the system, basically, but we can identify who is installing the ransomware. That's like, what's that? That's like training session or awareness for the employee. Let me show you how it's look like when we install these things. Downloads, cybersecurity. Let me see. This one. This is how it looks like. When the dashboard of RAN simulator is something like this. So we can create, where is it? The surface. We can create the ransomware, and we can distribute the ransomware in the local, in the corporate employee. It can distribute via WhatsApp, email. So basically, we distribute the ransomware. If one of the employee install or click the ransomware, we can see the location of this particular computer on the web. Okay, in this particular example, there are 4 total victims. 15 files installed on the computer. One ransomware is generated. Okay, the victim 4, total file 15, encrypted computer is 3. Okay, and then you can see what happened. There are 4 computers. This is the computer ID, hardware ID. This is the IP address. This is the operating system. If we see this, most of the operating system is Windows that can be attacked by ransomware. This is the host name. See this is the architecture. If we see the status, there is an encrypted, which is before encrypted. Normally, ransomware will uploading the data of that particular computer. So if there is ransomware, if the computer attacked by ransomware, the data in the computer will be uploaded by the ransomware to the dashboard. Okay, so we get the copy of the data. So that's becoming a problem. That's why in deep web we can see like data leak and so on. It's because of this kind of attack. Ransomware. The ransomware will upload the data, and the hacker will have the data. So it's very dangerous, ransomware. Okay. Now, this is okay. So if someone install the ransomware, the first step performed by the ransomware is uploading the data, then encrypting. Okay. If it is success, that's it. The computer will not be able, we cannot use the computer anymore. But for the ransomware simulator, the computer still can be used because the ransomware is not that brutal. So actually the ransomware will install the file will be encrypted. Only that particular file will be encrypted, but it will take all the information of the computer, like the hardware ID, operating system, and so on. So basically, let me see. See this? We can see the IP address. We can see all the service running in the computer, the file on the computer, and so on. We can actually, if it is an actual ransomware, we can do a lot more damage on these things. Okay. So the guy already asked me to bring me to the station. Is there any more questions? For the file generated by Ran Simulator, can we combine it with either payload using MSF Venom? Very dangerous. Yes, you can. But please don't do it. Okay. Yes, you can. But that's for a brutal. Okay. How to confirm that the stolen data is from our database? Sir, the government allow to get or buy stolen data and check the data. Is there any other method? From what I know, so I talked to Pak Teguh. Pak Teguh is from the Ministry of Digital and Communication and Digital. He told me that yes, so basically normally when a hacker claim that they have the data, normally they give sample of the data. This is the sample of the data. This is like, for example, they have 100 million data. Sometimes they give away like 100,000 data for free for people to check. So we are not buying the data. We grab the free sample of the data. So Pak Teguh comparing the sample of the data and the actual data, because he's from the government, he can access the data from the other ministry and they compare the data. And Pak Teguh mentioned to me that the data is not 100% safe. So it's not the same data actually. Okay. So that's how they compare. Okay. So data. If our password or our private data has been stolen, what should we do to protect ourselves? Okay, man, that's tough. Okay, that's difficult. If the data is stolen, difficult. To be honest, difficult. That's actually the government or it can be bank, it can be government. So those actually have to protect the user. Okay, so that's the task of the enterprise, the corporate, the entity to protect the user. It's not the user that have to protect ourselves. Okay, because if you see if you read the government privacy data privacy protection, that kind of thing is the task of the data, basically the organization. It's not the user. But we as users, we can tell other people. For example, the easiest one is WhatsApp. Many hacker actually take the WhatsApp information, our picture in WhatsApp, and put it in their numbers, and they pretend to be us. So we have to tell other people that, okay, be careful with this guy because this is not me. And we can tell WhatsApp, please disable this account. So we that's basically what we can do. I'm sorry, guys. This is close to 8 o'clock. I have to run. I hope this can give you some idea about the vulnerability analysis and a little bit about cybersecurity, and hope you can get something from this. See you next week. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.